Oh, hello.
Oh, hello.
And welcome to the Comic Queens podcast. I'm Alex.
And I'm Annie. And today, welcome to a new year, a new buddy read. I'm excited.
I'm very excited. This one is really good so far.
I have so many feelings. So this year, Alex and I have decided to read My Girlfriend on Webtoon as our buddy read for the year.
Yes, this is a horror comic on Webtoon. And I'm so glad that we started reading these first 10 episodes that we're going through today together so that I could get your live reactions where you almost threw your phone in the first episode.
I'm a scaredy cat, so full disclaimer, if you are too, this series might actually freak you out. But it's got a lot of twists and turns, and I'm really excited to jump in.
Yeah.
So today we're going to be talking about My Girlfriend on Webtoon, up to episode 10 so far. And Alex, go ahead and start us off.
Okay. So it starts off strong. We start off with an inner monologue from our main character, Gio Che, and he is just kind of reminiscing on how he wishes that he could go back to a day in his life and make a different decision, which is very similar to how Garden started off as well.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a different story. So we see that he is meeting his girlfriend, and as his girlfriend is crossing the street, she gets hit by a car. Very beginning, that's how we start off. It is a horrible car crash. She flies over the car. It's a hit and run, so the person doesn't even stop. And the next thing we know, she is being taken to the hospital with an ambulance, and yeah, that's where we start off. So we're starting off strong.
Yeah, starting off strong. He is obviously distraught after watching his girlfriend get hit by a car.
Yeah.
And as you would expect, I mean, she got hit hard. She flew off the hood of the car, hit the ground hard, was bleeding.
Mm-hmm.
And when he goes to visit her, they're like, did you say that she got hit by an SUV? Because normally there'd be a fracture or some obvious injuries, and she's unscathed.
She has no injuries, but she may have PTSD, so, be careful.
Yeah, okay. I mean, don't you hate that PTSD that you get from the car accident that you sustain no injuries from?
So he is kind of in disbelief. He's like, how can she have no injuries? This is crazy.
I'd be in disbelief too.
Yeah. So he goes to visit his girlfriend in the room and talk to her and just kind of make sure that she's okay. And they're kind of just having a normal conversation where they're talking about that they're going to keep her overnight just to make sure that mentally she's okay. And he starts cutting up an apple for her and staying at the hospital with her. And she tells him that he needs to go home because he has an early class the next morning and he needs to make the train.
And she's kept a really cheerful disposition the entire time.
She has.
She's super alert. She's sitting up in bed and talking with him.
Yeah.
All I can say, she's got crazy eyes.
All of the characters have crazy eyes.
All the characters have crazy eyes, but immediately when I saw her, I was like, nope.
Yeah.
Something's wrong.
Something is wrong with her. So we find out very quickly that something is wrong with her. Mm-hmm. So the paramedic from the accident finds her phone. So the girlfriend's name is Miho. And the paramedic brings the phone to Gio. And Gio tries to take the phone back to her so that she can have it while she's in the hospital, and notices that she is no longer in her room. Mm-hmm. So he tries to hunt her down, notices that she went outside.
Yeah, she's in a little courtyard.
Yeah, a cute little courtyard.
Yeah.
Everything's got to be fine, right? No.
We couldn't be so lucky.
Oh my gosh. So he follows her out into the courtyard, and this is where we see our first glimpse of what she really is. And she appears to be not human, and she is eating a nurse.
Mm-hmm.
So there's what it reminds me of is in Men in Black at the very end, with Edgar, how the bug makes an Edgar suit.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like that. It looks like there's a monster living in a human skin.
Mm-hmm.
And the girlfriend is the human skin. And the monster has come out to eat this nurse. And he notices. And he's trying to hide because he's freaking out about this.
As one would. Let's just throw that out there. Okay, so the terrifying way that this body movement is.
The body
for
horror?
Miho's monster. Yeah. I, like, even now I have a panel up and I'm, like, trying to glance over. Yes. Oh, my God. But, like, her face contorts because she sees something in the corner of her eye or, like, hears a noise. And so she knows that somebody may have witnessed her. Mm-hmm. And it's like part of her face is moving faster than the other part.
Yeah.
And it's, like, stretching
upper
across.
Jaw. Yeah, it's like the upper jaw is turning to the side, but the lower jaw is still facing forward.
I saw it for the first time and almost threw my phone.
Truly, people, you have to read this one with us because I feel like this is going to be one where the body horror really lends to the actual terror of the story. So
it's working for me.
It's really good. So then, after she notices, she kind of rushes around the corner, and you see some more very creepy body horror moments where her neck is stretched really long and thin, her eyes are going in different directions, and she says that she definitely smelled it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
So that's just great. I mean, really, Gio doesn't have anything terrible going on for him at all in his life. But he goes back home and he's sick to his stomach about it. He's like, I just witnessed my girlfriend eat somebody. And it can't possibly be true. And he starts looking through her phone for evidence.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, it's fine. I'll just like check her phone, make sure that it's fine. Because he talks with his friend. You know, he's like, what would you do if the girl that you're dating is a monster?
He's very vague about it. And the friend's answer is pretty funny because the friend says, well, is she hot?
Is she hot? Because I'd tame her.
He's a romance reader.
Yeah, he is out here doing the Lord's work. Reading just the smuttiest monster romances. And he's like, I don't know, I think that's hot.
He's like, this is a dream come true.
Yeah. So he's not of any help, but we do have a special place in our hearts for Sejin for being so desperately honest.
Yes.
But since Gio doesn't find it helpful, he starts looking through the phone and's like, oh, like nothing's out of the ordinary, but I'll check the notes app. And whatever was in that notes app cracks the screen of the phone.
I need to know what is in this notes app. Just a quick spoiler for the next 10 episodes. We don't find out.
I know.
I need to know.
There's so much else happening. I like almost forgot about this part because I'm so focused on all of the other batshit things that are happening on the side. But yeah, I need to know what happens in that notes app.
Yeah.
So yeah, Gio tries to look in this app, sees that the phone just cracks because of whatever the hell's in there. And then he's just trying to find a way to act normal.
Yeah.
He can't. He got no sleep at all.
Mm-hmm.
And so he just has to go back to school as if nothing happened. And he's struggling.
Yeah.
A little bit.
He has to go pick her up from the hospital, and she is acting completely fine, is very affectionate with him, very thankful that he came to pick her up, kind of joking around with him and saying, you know, you don't look very good and you don't smell like you showered yesterday. And
which is creepy.
It is.
She's just like cuddling up to him and she's like, you smell the same.
Giving off those monster vibes.
And yeah, she shouldn't have said it that way. But like at the same time, it's kind of creepy.
So he is absolutely sick. He ends up going to the bathroom to try and get away from her because he is just trying to think of how he can get away from her and potentially end this relationship. But he doesn't think that he can because he's worried that she'll kill him if he ends the relationship.
Yeah.
So he goes to the bathroom. He ends up getting sick in the bathroom, and she's just kind of waiting outside the bathroom for him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're going to come out?
Yeah. They end up walking away. He's like, oh, I just got to go home and get some rest. And she suggests he goes and sees a doctor. He's like, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
And she even goes as far as to say, okay, bye, I love you. And he goes, me too.
We do.
Desperate attempt.
Yeah. We also get some good body horror here, where she has like the lamprey mouth that opens up.
Oh, it's so creepy.
It's super creepy. But she ends up meeting his friend,
Sijin.
And Sijin kind of lets it slip that he was asking, what would you do if your girlfriend was a monster last night? So, unfortunately, that tips her off.
Yeah. He's like, don't worry. Gio's just kind of a sensitive guy. Just, what a weirdo.
Be gentle with him.
Yeah, be gentle with our frail little boy.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, so Miho starts to kind of lean into Sijin and says like, hey, since you're his friend, I really need your advice about this argument we had. Can we meet up later? And they exchange numbers so they can hang out. In the meantime, while she's talking to him, as soon as Sijin has his back turned, her eyes are like bugging out of her head.
Yeah.
I don't like that shit at all.
Her and her crazy eyes are developing a plan. And while this is happening, we go back to Gio. We see that he is just kind of having a meltdown in the library and still just trying to figure out what to do. Mm-hmm. And while he's there, he gets a phone call. Or first he gets a text message from Sijin. And it is a motel name and room number. And he's kind of confused. He's like, okay, it's spelled a little bit wrong. Is he drunk? What's going on? And then he gets a phone call from
Ear Young.
Yeah. And she says, I just saw your girlfriend going into a motel with Sijin. And I thought you might want to know.
Because that's suspicious.
Yeah, a little suspicious. And so he starts to panic. He's like, oh my gosh, she's going to kill him. I have to get there right away. So he runs off to the motel and makes it not in time.
No. Breaks down the door with a fire extinguisher and unfortunately witnesses that his friend has been killed by his girlfriend's own hand.
And she, honestly, her eyes look a lot more calm after she has killed Sijin than any other time in this series so far.
Yeah, it's the most calm she's looked.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, are you feeling better?
Yes. So then the craziest thing happens, and we go to the next morning where Gio and Miho are just in the hotel room, and she's acting like everything is fine. There's no dead body. There's no blood anywhere. And she's just thinking like they had a night in a motel together. And he is freaking out because he thinks that she killed his friend.
Yeah, and he's like, sorry, last I remember, I beat you over the head with a fire extinguisher.
Yeah. So he takes off running in his underwear.
As people do.
As you do, down the street. And who does he run into?
But Sijin.
Sijin. So Sijin is like, why are you running in the street in your underwear?
That's a choice.
Gotta say, if I saw someone running in the street in their underwear, I'd probably ask them too. Yeah. If I knew them. If it's a random person, you do you.
If I was running in my underwear, I'd be like, hey, how's it going?
Do you need to talk?
And honestly, that's kind of what Sijin and Miho do for him too. They're like, hey, running in the streets in your underwear, not normal.
Yeah, maybe you should go to the doctor.
And he's like, no. He does trip and actually like really badly injures his ankle.
Yeah.
Like it is swollen and black and blue and he can't put pressure on it.
Yeah.
And so they all sit down in this cafe and finally they all break down and they're like, look, Gio, you have to go and see somebody.
Yeah, because he's telling both of them what he saw last night. So he's saying, Miho, I saw you kill Sejin. And I know that he's sitting right here in front of me, but I know that you killed him last night. Which I gotta say, from the outside looking in, would be a little concerning.
It's very true. They're like, obviously I'm not dead. I'm right here. But what he's using to try to justify it is the text that he got from Sejin, and he looks back and it's gone.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, well, I mean, I talked to Ir-Young, so my phone call there will be there, like, in the log.
And it's not.
And it's not. And he's like, oh my God, am I making all of this up?
Instantly, I thought gaslighting. They're gaslighting him, and Sejin is also a monster.
Oh, yeah.
Has been replaced. I'm thinking at this point, it may change later. We'll see. But right now, with this information, Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Okay.
She's a monster. Then she killed Sejin. He became a monster. And now he's in
It's
on
almost
it.
like contagious.
Yeah, he's helping her. Invasion of the Body Snatchers is very good. Just
I've never
as
seen
an
that.
aside. I haven't seen it, but I've read the book. And I loved it.
If it's anything like this, don't know if I can read it.
You actually do know something about this. Remember my freshman year in my zombies class when we did that pod game where everyone had the pod and you could infect people? That game that we played in that class was from Invasion of the Body Snatchers. So we read that and then everyone had their own pod. This was like a huge class-wide 200-something people game. It was very fun. It went on for a very long time. I loved this. But anyway, that's just what I'm thinking so far. We have some aliens that have come and are taking over.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a bad theory. And I don't know that I really have any other theories other than that at this point.
So they also show him a picture of the three of them drinking, and he has no memory of this.
He's like, did I really just get drunk and black out and forget that this happened?
Yeah.
And he calls Ir-Young and she's like, I mean, I was pretty drunk last night. And she said that she checks her logs. She's like, I don't see a call log where we talked last night. And so he's like, oh my God, I'm actually going insane. And he does finally agree to go to the doctor.
Yeah.
Because he's like, what else am I supposed to do? I can't walk. And I really don't know what's the truth or not anymore because I'm sitting here saying I have all this proof and my proof is gone. And they're sitting there saying they have a bunch of proof and they do.
Yeah. We also see that Ir-Young is watching them from a window. So she's seeing everything go down.
Why is she watching them?
I don't know.
Okay, so I have a theory.
Yeah.
I think Ir-Young, like at this point, I think Ir-Young knows that some of her classmates are monsters. And she's trying to keep a distance.
Yeah.
To like suss out who is and who isn't one.
Yeah. I think you're taking into account some things that that happen in
Oh no,
future
this is my
episodes.
theory.
Right now?
Right now.
Okay. See, my theory at this point was that everyone was in on it and they're all gaslighting him. Because, again, going with my invaders of the Body Snatchers, that's what they do. Like, they take over the whole town.
She seemed too suspicious in the previous episode when she was like, hey, what is Sejin doing in a motel with your girlfriend?
Yeah, but they could all be setting him up for something.
I don't know. She just looked really like convincingly suspicious of Sejin and Miho. So I was more trusting of her. And then in this, I was like, maybe Ir-Young has like some nefarious reasons for doing stuff.
Yeah.
But she's constantly keeping a distance.
Yeah. I guess that's fair. So once she has confirmed that he never called, or she never called him, he kind of gets convinced to go to the doctor at this point. He's like, okay, all my proof is not actual proof. I guess I'll go to the doctor. And the doctor tells him that he has early onset schizophrenia.
Yeah. They show him the x-ray and everything, the thinning of his cortex or something.
Yeah.
And they end up giving him medicine. They're like, oh, well, I mean, You'll be fine. You know, he notices that he was like, oh, well, I mean, I have the broken phone from her and I'm seeing her walk around with a perfectly functional phone.
It is interesting that he still has the broken phone.
Yeah.
So then it's kind of like which is true? The proof that he's seeing that he was with his friends and he woke up in this motel and everything is fine and his friend is not actually dead, or this broken phone that proves that everything is not fine and what happened last night really did happen.
How did she get hit full speed by a car and sustain no injury?
Yeah.
I think I'd be convinced I'm going crazy too.
I definitely would. I love this part though, when he is, so you can see his internal monologue as a separate entity talking to him. So he's kind of having a conversation with himself where he's thinking about taking the pills that he was given for the schizophrenia. He's like, is the doctor in on this too? Is everyone in on this?
Is the doctor going?
He thinks he's on my side, where he's like, everyone is in on it. The whole town is gaslighting
At
me.
this point, he's like, everyone that exists is gaslighting me.
Yeah, and it seems like a really good depiction of what someone might be going through if they were actually schizophrenic and were unsure of what is true.
Yeah.
Because
what they might be hallucinating.
Yeah, he's thinking like, which is a hallucination, which is real. He's concerned about taking these meds because the medicine he's worried is going to not actually be helpful to him.
And unfortunately, something that does not bode very well for him is he does end up developing almost like a side-by-side of himself.
Yeah.
And he's now talking with himself.
Yeah.
Running in circles about all of the different theories that are going on.
But he's convincing himself that he's not schizophrenic and that he doesn't need these medicines.
Yeah, I mean, he really could just be having a mental break.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's hard to know.
Yeah.
So, he's sitting there talking to himself. What we can only suspect is a hallucination of himself, because how else would you be talking to a complete duplicate?
Yeah.
And again, he's just running in those circles trying to figure out what's going on. Meanwhile, he does end up saying, I'm just going to go and see if I can get the phone fixed. He's like, you know what? I have the broken phone. The easiest way to know what's on it is to just go get the screen fixed and it'll be fine.
He wants to look at those notes again.
Yeah. And so do we.
Same. So they tell him, though, when he goes that it's an older phone and they can't fix it right away because they have to order the parts.
And on the way there, there's a car following him.
And we see that the car is being driven by Iriang. And she offers to give him a ride.
It was at this exact moment I was like, oh my God, she's a monster. Like all of my theory went out the window. I'm like, she's going to kill him.
Oh my gosh. So he gets in the car against his better judgment and starts to talk to her. She's got a huge pile of clothes, a huge mess in the back, and like not neat and orderly, like looks like a hoarder's car in the back.
I mean, here's the thing. If she had kids, I get it.
Yeah. But she says that it's because she works for an online clothing store.
Does she actually?
I don't think
so. Is that why it worked?
No, she does not. Because we see when he goes to like try and help her fold these clothes, she is like, no, you can't touch those. Stay away.
I would be so upset if I was placing an online order for clothes and they had just been sitting musty in the back of somebody's car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not great. So then she gets a phone call and she goes to pick up this phone call. And when she does, she drops the phone. Oh, it seems intentional that she dropped the phone. She wanted him to pick it up. And then she has him check the call log. And he notices when he checks the call log that the call that she made to him is there. So he knows that she's lying about not calling him the night before.
She also goes to like reach for him when he's not looking at one point to probably eat him.
Maybe. She's looking at his neck like she wants to kill him. And the greatest scene that we see here is he looks in the rear view mirror and there is a guy under the pile of clothes. They make eye contact. He sees this guy in the back hiding under the clothes. And at this point, he's like, I have to get out of here.
Mm-hmm. As one would.
Yeah. So he's trying to get out. He's like, I need to get out right here. She says, I'll drive you anywhere, which suspicious.
Yeah, you just stay in this car with me, buddy boy. I'll drive you wherever you gotta go.
Yeah. So he even says at one point, like, oh, I just want to walk. But he's got a broken ankle, or at least an ankle in a cast. And she's like, you want to walk with that ankle?
Yeah, it's here that I think all of the theories I thought that I had start to crumble.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I don't know that I can trust anybody.
Yeah, I don't. And in this next episode, things start to take a turn.
Mm-hmm.
So he makes it back. So he does end up getting out of her car. She drives him home and he starts to walk up. He wants to go into his apartment. And when he gets there, he notices that all of the locks on the doors are broken.
Every door.
Every single lock on the doors are all broken. He's like, oh, this is a bad sign.
Mm-hmm.
And then he is attacked by a woman who announces herself as Urian's mom.
Mm-hmm.
And starts yelling at him about him murdering Urian. And is saying why, like, that she's going to kill him for murdering her daughter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a little confused.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm sorry, I don't know who Urian is at all.
I didn't kill anyone.
Yeah, I didn't kill anybody. But suspiciously, he does start to have, like, a sinking feeling. He's like, why would she be coming after me if I have no idea who this person is?
Mm-hmm.
And again, he's going in those circles in his head of like, she wouldn't just be coming after me to come after me.
Yeah. So she does admit that she has killed everyone else in the building who she claims are all monsters, that he has turned into monsters.
Like he's the main monster.
Like if we went back to my Invaders of the Body Snatchers theory, he would be the first person who is turning all of the other people.
Mm-hmm. But it'd be weird if that is the case because he does not know what's going on.
Yeah. So he's like, okay, I don't know. He starts to, when she's trying to get into his apartment now because he was able to get away from her, but she seems pretty strong. And she gets the door back open and he starts running away. And then he starts just apologizing. He's like, I'm sorry, I don't know what I did, but I'm just sorry. And so then he starts to have a little bit of some flashbacks of this girl. So it's a little odd. He's thinking like, no, I didn't. He says that he didn't go to the school that she claims that they met at.
Mm-hmm. Then how does he have a memory of who this girl is?
I don't know.
So the one thing I will say, and it could just be that like the character design, like we've had this happen where characters in the webcomics look the same. Yeah. But to me, Urian looks exactly like Miho.
She does. I agree. But the thing that makes me think that it is just one of those things where like it's just the style, they may just look very similar, is that Urian's mother does say, like, does make mention of Miho as well, saying that they were working together and that they're both monsters. Mm-hmm. So she wouldn't be doing that if she thought that it was her daughter.
Or is Urian her daughter before Miho took over Urian's body? And Miho is the name given to, like, that's not my daughter anymore. That's a monster.
Maybe.
And I'm just saying, it could happen.
Yeah, I guess we'll see. I don't know. Now that I'm looking at her again, I think that she's different. I think she's a different person.
I don't know. I'm sticking to it.
Because, okay, so Then we start to see a flashback. So we see that they did meet in school. This whole flashback scene does make me a little bit sad because we see that he was a military brat. So he had to move schools so often that he just had a really hard time making and maintaining friends.
Mm-hmm.
And he hears a couple of guys talking behind his back and saying, like, why would he try and be our friends if he was just going to leave? Because he ended up leaving like a couple of months after he got back to this school.
Yeah.
And so then even when he goes to the school where he meets Urine, he has just decided that he's not going to make any friends because his mom has already told him that it's most likely that his father will get a promotion and they're going to have to move again. So he's like, I'm not going to try at all. I'm just not even going to talk.
I'm not setting myself up for failure. He pushes everyone away.
Yeah. I think the kind of funny thing was, though, is that the teacher asks him to say his name and, like, tell about himself, and he won't.
Yeah, he just kind of shrugs.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know. And then goes to a seat. I mean, it's sad, but that part was kind of like, if someone did that, what would you do?
Yeah, I mean, you just go, okay.
Yeah. So we had that whole flashback scene. Then we go back, they're still fighting. He's still trying to get away from this lady. And she pushes him down the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
He lives, though. He's fine.
Yeah, he makes it out. And then he does see that someone has now dragged her into this room.
It's like multiple people.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a whole group of scary-looking people who I think are
creatures.
Monsters. Yeah, I think they're monsters. We have the one with the sideways head who reminds me of the person from Nocturne that you read.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so they attack her. They drag her away.
And he follows the trail of blood to go see what's going on. And I will say that episode ends off with like the craziest spoiler where he's peeking into this room. And we as the reader can see from the inside of the room that there is one of the like monster creature humanoid things hanging out like near the floor with like the eyes bugging out and everything.
Looks like Samara from the Ring.
Oh, it's so creepy.
Yeah. So she's in this room. He does start to walk in and he sees that Urine's mother has been killed and he passes out. I mean, I can't blame him at this point. He has been gaslit, potentially.
Mm-hmm.
He has been attacked. He thinks that his girlfriend is a monster, and now he sees a dead body and a whole group of people who have killed this woman. I think he was at his last straw.
Yeah. I mean, the group of people are definitely the people that she supposedly killed in the building.
Mm-hmm.
And so they have killed her back. I'm just having a really hard time at this point believing that he's the monster that Urim's mom's saying he is.
I don't know.
Because of how he's reacting to everything.
Yeah, that's true. It's either that maybe he is schizophrenic or something else. He has amnesia.
Mm-hmm.
He has forgotten that all of this stuff happened.
That's true.
Because he does seem to have that memory when he has the flashback.
But it had to be like prompted for him.
Yeah, so I don't know. But we end up switching gears. So then we see a crane holding a van on its side. And it looks like taking it out of the lake.
Mm-hmm.
And we see at this point a couple of cops that are talking. And during this conversation, we find out that the cops are also in on whatever is happening in the town because they are covering up murders of people. Like,
yeah,
they call them mass suicides, where like just a whole car of 8 people decided to go and drive into the lake.
Yeah, they have it like they're restaging all of this.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll take the random bodies they're finding and they'll just put them in there themselves.
Yeah. And the one cop who we get his name is Jiok. Yeah, and Jiok says that he has done this like 8 times.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a lot of people.
And that's not including any of the times that the partner did it either.
Yeah.
That's just him.
Or anyone else. Because we hear that other people have done this too. And I do have to say, just from a job point of view, when she tells him that the reason that he's not getting promoted is because he's too good at his job, that hurt.
That feels really real. It's like, if you're too good at your job, then they don't want to keep you away from doing that job, because then they'll have to find somebody who's as good at you, and they might not. Mm-hmm. So yeah, isn't that great to just be like snubbed for the opportunity? I mean, then again, why do you want to work here if you're having to stage murders and suicides?
Yeah, I don't know.
Not great, but
No.
his partner seems very unfazed. She gets like pretty angry really quickly, like crushes the can that she was drinking out of, and like gets really emotional about it.
It's almost like it's her instant reaction, but then she very quickly kind of takes it back and covers it up and puts her like happy mask back on and says, "Oh, why do you even want this promotion? You should be aiming higher. If you keep doing this, then you'll maybe eventually make it as the chief of police." So,
And then she suggests, hey, help me with covering up this one that I haven't quite figured out how to do. It just happened to happen near Hanguk University, which is maybe where Geo is.
yeah.
So the cops are aware of what's happening, where Geo's at. And unfortunately, Miho is in the crowd and staring as Geo is getting rolled away by the paramedics.
Yeah.
And she looks genuinely concerned.
She really does. She runs up to him, or she tries to at least. She gets blocked.
So we also see that across the street from this entire spectacle happening with Geo getting wheeled out, that Iryang is in the car with some man named Gyu-hyuk and says, it's your turn to trail Geo now. And I don't know what happened here, but I think that we can end the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because now we know what Miho's weakness is.
Yeah. And she says that they're trying to figure out if Geo is a monster like Miho. So your original theory was right.
My original one was, but it shattered.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I don't know. She's just acting weird.
And I mean, the reason she was is because she wanted to see if he was a monster. I think there's got to be some sort of marking that she was looking for on the back of his neck.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't even think about that.
That's what I'm thinking. If they're wearing these people as suits, like there has to be something there.
A zipper.
A zipper.
Just
maybe. If it's a well-hidden zipper, it's
I
a very
know.
high quality.
I know. Well, so as Geo is passed out, you do get to see that flashback in more depth of what his school life was like. And it's really just trying to show us that Geo's starting to regain that memory back.
Yeah.
And so he's like, yeah, I do actually remember Yerim, and we did study together. And she was basically the only person who wanted to be my friend after I was really mean and shunned everybody because I thought I was going to move and then we didn't.
Yeah.
And so he's really fortunate to have forged that friendship. And they started what it seems like is dating.
Yeah.
To me. Like, he never says that outright, but they were going to movies and spending time together. And at one point, I think it shows them holding hands.
Yeah.
So they got very close. And then comes the end of the episode where we see how his friendship and relationship with Yerim ends. And he acknowledges that he did kill her.
Yeah. So, is he realizing he's a monster? Is he realizing maybe he did it on accident? I mean, like, you know, maybe it was an accident. Something happened and he tried to cover it up.
I don't know. Do you think that Iryang has known that he did this in high school and was like, is he a monster in the way that everyone else is a monster? Or is he just a monster because he's a killer?
I don't know if it's that or if it's just the fact that Miho is like in a relationship with him for 2 years. It says they've been together for 2 years. So I don't know, when they say that they can start it over, to me, it kind of seemed like it's a simulation and like they're trying to figure something. Maybe. Okay, here's my wild theory.
I saw just like the light bulb ding.
Okay, so he did kill her. They're trying to get him to admit to killing her. So it's like a whole setup where they're trying to make him, like they're trying to gaslight him into like these monsters being real. But none of this is actually real. And they're just trying to get him to admit that he killed her.
What if he killed her because she was a monster? And no one believed him. And so this isn't the first time they told him he had schizophrenia or something like it. That's why he has the amnesia. And
the schizophrenia medicine is actually like medicine that will make him forget.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. To me, it seems like it's some sort of simulation that's happening. And the whole town is in on it. Like he's the center of it.
It's like a creepy horror version of the Truman Show.
Yeah.
Oh, it's even creepier.
I mean, the Truman Show is already creepy if you think about it.
Oh my gosh, it's so creepy. Yeah, honestly, the visuals in this one really freaked me out.
I love it.
I know you did.
It's so creepy. It was great. Your reactions, 10 out of 10, would recommend reading this with Annie.
Yeah, just reading it with me. Everyone can start like reserving an appointment slot. And we'll be like, okay, I'm going to read this episode with you.
You're going to be so traumatized having to read it over and over again.
Just throw my phone across the room. Please, no more. But yes, thank you all so much for joining us for the beginning of this buddy read adventure. I am very curious to see where this one goes.
Me too.
Really excited for more outlandish theories to come because I feel like this one will literally throw us for a loop. Mm-hmm. But yeah, this is a good one. It's got us on the edge of our seat.
Yeah, we're already throwing our wild theories out.
As we should. That's why it's so good with the thrillers and the horrors.
It really is.
Because you're trying to piece it together as the story goes. So it's great.
Love it.
All the theories. But thank you all so much for joining us. I hope that you do read this one along with us. It is definitely going to be a doozy. But thanks for joining us so much and looking forward to talking to you all on the next one.
Goodbye.
Bye.